Hello, real people. Good news here. Again, this is Johnny, your host, and this is our Memorial Day special to where we want to honor our military men and women in uniform, whatever branch of government that you served in. We want to honor you and we want to give thanks. So we want you to share this video with someone else, and especially a veteran. I know many of us have people in our families that have served this country, and I'm just so elated to have with me today Shay Peace. And this is a young lady that I have known for many years when she was very, very young. And she had taken on the task of serving her country. And she's just an awesome person. And the sacrifices that our men and women in uniform make cause us to be able to have the freedoms that we enjoy today and that we take for granted. Even when I look back at scripture and it says that no greater love has a man than this, that a man lay down his life for a friend. And that is what people call the ultimate sacrifice. And there's what they do every day in, day out. Also, our law enforcement, if it was up to me, I would pay them millions and have their families taken care of. We pay athletes so much amount of money and just unfathomable amount of money, but yet people that put their lives on the line for us every day, they don't seem to get that. But that's not what this show is about. It's a show about honoring our men and women in uniform. And we just want to interview Shay today. And this is some other good news that we want to share. Just a young person that has just done awesome things. You just would not believe the compassion that she has for others, the philanthropism that she has given to the poor, given to ministry. She's done ministry herself and serving those that are less fortunate, not only abroad, but right here on American soil. So today I want to introduce you to Shay Peace, and I call her Soldier Girl. Every time I ask her mom when she was still active, and I would say, how's Soldier Girl doing? She said, I talked with her today, and she stayed in touch all the time. So Shay, how many years have you served in the military?
Yes, so I served 8 years. I did I was in the Army National Guard, but I did some active duty years toward the end of my time.
Oh wow, great! And she's so young. Does she look like she's done eight years? Oh, okay, okay. But what inspired you to make that sacrifice or to get into the military?
Yeah, so initially, I was in college. I was maybe my first or second year, and one of my good friends from a friend I had from high school was telling me about their experience. They had just joined, and they were active duty, and they were traveling, and just telling me some of the benefits of joining. And it just, to me at the time, it really sounded like something I wanted to do. And then of course, getting that money for school also was a extra benefit that I was interested in. So I went ahead and made the decision to contact a recruiter in my area.
Wow.
And after the first interview, speaking with the recruiter and them, of course, giving me some more information, he asked me when I wanted to join. I said as soon as possible. So
Wow.
it went from there.
Okay, so what is the hardest thing that a lot of people say basic training, but what was the hardest thing about actually progressing in the military or doing your duties and learning, and what was the hardest thing to you that you experienced?
Um, the hardest part, the work is not that hard. Having battle buddies that are supportive, having a good support system, having good leadership. The hardest part I would say is just um, kind of keep maintaining that mental toughness, with every change that comes in the military. But one thing about it is they always make sure that they're teaching on how to be resilient. That's one of the main things that they try to keep us focused on because, sometimes you'll be away from your family, you'll be away from your home life, you'll be
Yes.
away, from your usual daily routine, and you just have to make sure that you're maintaining resilience in any situation.
Oh wow, excellent. I mean, that is just carries so much in other parts of life. Even when I see military personnel that retire from the military, when they pick certain jobs during their retirement, they're still so viable. Everything that they've learned, they carry over into what they do, and it's just such an awesome thing to be able to share that experience. So, what what is the most memorable thing that stood out to you, whether in this country or abroad?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, how many years did you serve abroad? How many? What type of tour? And how long was the tour? In what country?
Yeah, so I had one deployment during my time in service, and I was deployed to Kuwait. We did a operation with a active unit. My unit got attached to another active unit there,
Wow.
and we were in charge of post operations on the law enforcement side. So that's what we did, and we were there for the contract time was about a year long, but the full deployment for it actually being there was about 10 months. So I enjoyed it, enjoyed serving, and but still, of course, you're glad when you come back home and you can be with your family also. So.
Yes, and that's so amazing. I mean, and she can take care of herself, by the way. Believe me. And what? How was it in that culture? How, was it so much different than where we live here in the United States and enjoying the freedoms that we have? Uh, what things are there that will cause us to realize how blessed we are? In this country as opposed to where you were.
um, so with what our mission was, we didn't have a lot of opportunities to interact with some of the locals. But the ones that I did come in contact with, they were actually really genuine and nice people. The ones that I saw.
Wow.
Of course, I don't know a lot about their government and their laws, but they are somewhat of a religious-based company with their religion, and they take a lot of pride in that, which I think is really good when regardless of what our difference
Yes.
is in our religious belief, I think that it's good that they keep their religion in the forefront of how they run their government, how
Yes.
they head their families, and how they run their lives. And I think that we all could learn something from that as far as what we believe in a spiritual way.
And that's awesome. That's very well put to have that mutual respect. And there are ethical truths and goodness in religion of different types. They agree, they intersect somewhere that gives us a standard to by which we should live by. And that is really amazing. And so, ha- have y'all ever been called to like a disaster relief or somewhere either in the United States or abroad that there was a catastrophe of some kind that y'all had to go in and give aid and serve in that area or
There were some occasions where there were some storms that they needed some assistance with from the local guard units, and so I know my unit was one of the units that they called on quite often, and we've had individuals who volunteered for things of that sort to help in the community in times of disaster.
oh, great, great. What would you encourage anyone if another young person is thinking about entering into the military or serving in some fashion? Would that be a good career choice? Do you think so? What kind of advice would you give to for that?
So yeah, first, I think it would be a great career choice for someone who's looking to serve their community and their country. The only advice I would give is to make sure that you have a plan, a long term plan,
Mm,
and you want to consider every aspect of you making those sacrifices because it is a sacrifice to serve this country. So you just want to think about that and just whatever your plans are for life, you want to make sure that you have a solid plan and have a specific goal so that you can meet that in the time that you desire to do so.
okay, awesome, awesome. So you finished up your 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your future goals or what things are you working on now to in life?
All right, yes. So currently, I am doing mostly working from home. I'm also continuing my education, and I'm
Awesome.
also working on. I've just started a new YouTube also.
Yes, give that
Which
information.
my channel name is Absolutely Content with
Awesome.
Shalandria Lynn, which is my first name. So I'm doing that, and then I'm also doing I'm taking some other business ventures outside of that with content creation and just
Wow.
some business coaching and just micro influencer training as well as personal development coaching as well. So
Wow. And again, I
yeah.
say wow when I was coming up, I think I had one goal, that was to get a job.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so amazing, Shay. I am so grateful for having this time, and I thank you for your service to our country. And as we say, we want you all to like, subscribe, and to share. This has been an awesome interview. I've learned much just sitting here. Just what you are involved with, even now. That's a lot of great positive things. So, people, let us look at our young people. Let's look at those that serve our country, and let's be grateful. Look at the goals that she has. Look at the positivity and the light at the end of the tunnel. When I see that, I have a hope for the future, and the future is now. The future is current. But when I see people like Shay and others, that really gives me a great deal of encouragement. And that's something that uplifts my day, and that's what we want to do with this channel. We want to bring news that is positive, show you that the great things that are not being reported, that happen all around us. So let us share. If you have something that you want to share in your family, it can be anything, the simplest of things, then share that. Send it to realpeoplegoodnews, the number 7 at gmail.com. And Shay, as we end this interview, is there anything that you would like to say to those who may be trying to look for a career choice, or maybe trying to see what is my next step in life, a young person that's coming up trying to find their way, or older person? What kind of advice would you give to them?
Yeah, so if someone is confused about what direction they should go, I think that it will be best to kind of hone in on what your gifts and your talents are, because they're there for a reason. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to that, and also make sure you surround yourself with people who can support you and who are genuine, and who can help you get to that next level. And just set some goals, and don't allow distractions to keep you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish in this life.
Amazing. And thank you so much, Shay,
Thank you
for
for having me.
this interview.
Mhm.
And until next time, this is Johnny from Real People Good News. Goodbye.